Hey, what is up, Internet? This is Kyle with Slapshot Toys and Comics, doing another 1/6 scale action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Sideshow Collectables 1/6 scale Return of the Jedi Darth Vader action figure. So I did get this figure as a Christmas gift from my wife. She had me completely fooled. She kind of led me on thinking it was something else that I had kind of been asking and hinting at. And she just led me on perfectly. So when I opened it up, it was this big box filled with t-shirts, and this guy was in the middle. And I'm super excited because I've been wanting a Darth Vader 1/6 scale figure for quite some time. And she is just absolutely awesome, surprised me with it. But let's go ahead and get this guy out of the box and see what Darth looks like. Here's Vader out of the packaging, and this figure is absolutely stunning. Everything from all the details to his robes, to his suit, to his mask, to the little light up features there on the chest plate and belt. This thing just looks absolutely wonderful. But let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that Vader comes with. First up is the stand that we are given with this figure. Now this is just a really basic black base with a little cradle right there. Really the only markings that it even has is that here at the very bottom it has the Star Wars logo. Just a really basic black base, not a whole lot of frills there. Taking a look at the rest of the accessories with this figure, Sideshow has given us 3 full sets of hands. We have 2 closed fists, which are actually displayed on the figure right now. We have these hands that are specifically designed to hold the 2 boxes on his belt, as well as the sets of hands that will hold each of the lightsaber hilts. And we have 2 single expressive hands, one that is this pointing finger, and the other one that is doing the force push. Now taking a closer look at these are a really nice sculpt. Really liked all the little wrinkles and lines there. Everything on the back with like the stitching of the lines to match the rest of his suit looked really, really good. All this sculpting came out really nice. These are like a really soft, durable rubber, so they're actually movable a little bit. Makes it so you don't feel like you're going to break it when you're changing them out. The only issue I kind of do have with it, if we look here, so and it's not really picking up all that well without the light, but there's actually the wrist pegs in every one of these sets of hands. So instead of just changing out the hand, you're actually changing out the wrist pegs in every set that you change. Now, most of the time, unfortunately, when I have changed these hands, just the hand comes off, so then I'm having to take a pair of pliers and pulling out the wrist peg that is stuck in the figure itself, which is kind of annoying a little bit, but I guess I kind of understand why they did it since these are so long. And then also because these are so long and go so much on the forearm, there's not a whole lot of articulation other than rotation, but we'll get to that in the articulation section. And we are also given 2 hilts, one that does not come with the blade. These are sculpted absolutely wonderfully. All the little detail work there in the back looks really good. Have a couple of little metal hooks right there that you can actually clip him onto his belt. Those look really cool. And then this one, like I said, does not have the blade. And then this one does have the blade. Now, there is no light up function like the Hot Toys version, but that's okay in my mind personally. I'm displaying him without holding the lightsaber, but the blade looks really nice with all the little detailed kind of energy there in the blade. Really nice translucent red. That looks really good. The last feature that Sideshow did include in this figure is the light up function, which lights up these panels here on the belt and the chest. And I actually really like the way that Sideshow implemented this. So if we just lift up the cape back here in the back, we have the little battery box as well as the wiring. So we just have a little switch right here. Just flip that, and on come the panels. I really like that a little bit more than what Hot Toys does with some of their lightsaber functions and things like that. They try to hide them in the arms and just make them a little bit more difficult to use. I feel like this one it's hidden with all the robes and capes, but it's really easy to change these batteries and turn it on and off. So I really like, and I think it just looks absolutely awesome displaying it with those little lights blinking, and just makes the figure look that much more imposing. Taking a closer look at the Vader figure itself, I think Sideshow just did an absolutely wonderful job. I think just the helmet sculpt alone is absolutely perfect. I love all the details with the little respirator there in the front, the little kind of great texture that they have there at the bottom of the mask looks absolutely wonderful. Helmet shines perfectly, has a little red tint there to the eyes. That looks fantastic. Everything around here, like I said, just that real nice shine. I can actually see myself in that helmet. Just looks absolutely wonderful. All the sculpting work on it just came out fantastic. Even has a little detail as like this little point comes out further and is a little bit shinier than the one there on the left. That just looks absolutely wonderful. All the detailing on this is just fantastic. And then coming down to the chest, I love the black and the silver. They use this kind of like sparkly metal looking silver here. Now this is all plastic. Now this is actually metal. But that just looks absolutely wonderful, especially that paint job that they did. That gives that nice kind of shiny, sparkly look to it. The shoulder blades look fantastic with that little plastic black look. Really nice and shiny there as well. The only thing I don't really like is, even with this little clamp right there to keep the chain kind of down and not hidden, unfortunately, anytime I get him in just a normal forward-looking pose, it still hides that chain around the cape. I wish they would have made this clamp just a little bit lower, so that way it just came out really nice. And then this is just kind of like a little rubbery material chain there. Also been kind of cool if they would have used an actual chain, since they did use some metal on like the hilts and things like that. Thought that'd be kind of cool. But unfortunately they did not. Now going down, these the ropes here are a really nice soft, almost like silk material that look absolutely fantastic. Have the nice little pleats in there. I am fighting with it a little bit to lay naturally. I'm having to kind of move it around a little bit to get it a little bit better look, to look more like the film Vader. And I haven't gotten it perfect yet, but I'm still messing around with it. But out of the box, I did have to mess with that just a little bit. But I absolutely love this detailing with the kind of pleather looking undersuit there. I think the stitching and everything came out absolutely awesome. Now this is a reissue of this figure, and from what I understand is it actually feels like there's a lot of like padding in here and a little bit bulkier actual figure underneath all that. And from what I understand, the original version of this figure was kind of scrawny and didn't have that padding, so they added all that, and that just makes it look that much better in my opinion from the videos I've seen online. I didn't actually have this figure or seen the actual original version of it, but it just seems like that just adds a whole lot more, that Vader's a lot bigger in the arms, and that feels really nice. Going down here, like I said, with the gloves, they look fantastic. Just continuing that stitching pattern looks great. Moving over to and then looking at the chest plate, this thing looks awesome even without the light-up features. All the little intricate details of the technology that they put in there. Same with the belt, that looks fantastic. And then same back here, you get more of the leather suit back there. That looks awesome. Codpiece came out really good, and again, I do believe, looking at pictures of the original version that Sideshow released, that is a new sculpt as well. Looks a lot more screen accurate, in my opinion, from what I've seen in other pictures. Legs, again, coming down, you get more of the kind of leathery, pleathery material there. It looks fantastic. All the underrobes here, same, that real nice, silky, soft material. Same with the cape, and that thing is absolutely massive. I go back, it's a really good sized cape. That looks fantastic. Going down to the shin guards, those are also the really nice kind of plastic black glossy look. Really capture that kind of shininess that Vader had in the films. And then going down to the boots, not a whole lot of detail there. Some stitching right there on the shoes, those look really good. Nice little heel, some little creases there from where he'd be walking, but not a whole lot of detail on there. And then on the bottom, just have kind of like the dress shoe stitching, and then the little holes where they put the heel on. But not a whole lot going on down there, but just an overall, just a phenomenally designed and sculpted figure. Taking a closer look at the articulation on this figure, as far as the head articulation, he can look up actually quite a bit, but unfortunately you do kind of get this weird unsightly neck gap there. He can't really look down at all. It's basically just that straightforward looking pose, and he can rotate side to side. As far as the arms, we do get his arms will go out 90 degrees to his body, and the shoulder pads extend really nicely to give it that nice kind of natural look. Not that you really have Darth Vader in too many poses where his arms need to go out that far. His arms can go forward about 90 degrees, which look really nice. He does have a bicep swivel, and he is double jointed there at the elbow, which works really well. Now, like I was saying, in the accessory part, unfortunately, because of how these gloves are designed and the fact that they go so far up on the forearm, you don't really get any articulation other than rotation there at the hands. Now, as far as the abdomen and waist, he does have an ab crunch that works actually pretty well, so he can go forward just a little bit. As far as back, he really can't go any farther than just a straight up and down pose. Now, because of the way the suit is designed, I do believe I can feel that there should be rotation there at the hip, but unfortunately the suit just doesn't allow for a whole lot of rotation there. As far as the legs, they actually can kick out quite a bit, but you do get some kind of weird bunching there of the suit up here in kind of the thigh area. He can go out just about that far, but once again, you kind of see this material to start to pull, so I really didn't go any farther than that. He is double jointed at the knees, but because of the way the boots are designed, that's about as far as you can go, but still not too bad. As far as the feet, he does have rotation. They hinge up and down actually quite a bit, and then he does not have ankle pivot. So that is going to do it for my review of the Sideshow Collectables 1/6 scale Return of the Jedi Darth Vader action figure. I feel Sideshow Collectables just did an absolutely phenomenal job with this figure. Absolutely love the soft goods that they use for the suit. Love the cloaks and the cape. I think those are just absolutely outstanding. The mask sculpt is spot on in my opinion, and just absolutely wonderful. And then one of my favorite things is the light up feature as far as the chest plate and the belt. I think that just adds so much to this figure and sends it over the top. There are a few little things. Articulation in some parts is a little bit kind of weird, but it is Vader, so you're not going to put him in a whole lot of dynamic poses. I mean, his kind of thing is all about stature and just how massive he is. And the other thing I really didn't like is the chain there on the cape. I wish they would have used real metal, and I wish that even if they didn't use the real metal, that they would have made that clip just a little bit lower so the mask didn't always hide it. But other than that, I think it's just an absolutely stunning figure. I can't wait to get more Star Wars. I don't have any. I have Kylo Ren, but he's the only one I have. I don't have any of the original trilogy figures yet to kind of put in scale or anything like that. So hopefully the Sideshow goes well with the Hot Toys scale that I'm planning on getting. But from all the videos I've seen, it almost seems like this reissue Sideshow is the definite Vader to get. In my opinion, this is absolutely phenomenal. Even the videos I've seen from the Rogue One Vader, I think I like this one a ton more. So huge props to Sideshow. And if you are looking to get this figure, you can still get it on their website. So go there, make sure you guys give them their business, because this is a phenomenal figure. So once again, I just want to thank you guys so much for checking out these videos. It means a lot to me that you guys are watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this figure, what you thought of Vader in general, what you think of him in Rogue One. Love to talk Star Wars with you. If you haven't done so already, make sure you guys go ahead and like this video, and go ahead and subscribe. That way you guys don't miss out on any future content. I got a ton of Hot Toys for Christmas, so over the next few days, I'm going to have a ton of reviews up. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, and don't miss out on any of that content. And that's going to do it for me this evening. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.